Throughout this video, I will be explaining to you the 5 ethical frameworks. The business world has changed a lot over the years. Today, businesses and companies use the 5 ethical frameworks for making decisions within organizations while helping the company maintain the best image possible to shareholders or consumers. Ethical organization will mean that it will give the company great PR, and transparency plus ethical decisions will keep the shareholders and consumers extremely happy and loyal to companies. The most well-known ethical framework is utilitarianism, which is commonly known as the greatest good for the greatest number of people. It was brought about in the 19th century by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill to help legislators determine which laws were morally best. The utilitarian approach is the ethical action that provides the most good or does the least harm. Utilitarianism is one of the most common approaches to making ethical decisions, especially decisions with consequences that concern a large group of people. The second framework is the justice framework, which is also known as the fairness framework, and is straightforward and deals with fairness and equitability. Aristotle helped contribute to the idea that all equals should be treated equally, and today we use this idea as an ethical framework. The moral question to this approach is, how fair is an action? Does it treat everyone as equal, show some favoritism, or discrimination? The third ethical framework is known as the rights approach. An ethicist suggests that this ethical action is the one that best protects and respects the moral rights of those affected. This approach starts from the belief that humans have a dignity based on their human nature per se, or on their ability to choose freely what they do with their lives. The fourth ethical framework is the virtue approach, which focuses on characteristics that are considered good or bad. A very ancient approach to ethics is that ethical actions ought to consist of certain ideal virtues that provide for the full development of our humanity. These virtues are dispositions and habits that enable us to act accordingly to the highest potential of our character. Virtue ethics asks the question, what kind of person do I become if I do this? The fifth and final ethical framework is categorical imperative, which is known as the universal principle. The question asked for this ethical framework is, if everyone did this all the time, would it A. make society better, B. make society worse, or C. make no difference at all? And that wraps up the 5 ethical frameworks. Now you are an expert with ethics, and you should be able to use them in your business or organization to be successful.